Hello and welcome to my 30 days of Pilates. I plan on sharing a 15 to 20 minute Pilates class every day throughout January. My plan is to go into January looking after myself a bit more. I want to feel energized, I want to feel more active, and I want to feel well. And I thought 15 to 20 minutes a day is not a lot for me to commit to moving my body and feeling good. So I thought I'd share it with others. And one, to commit to this, so I have to do it. And two, because by sharing it with others, it's motivating other people to do it as well. It's easier to do it knowing other people are doing it with you. And I thought there's bound to be other people out there wanting to go into the new year feeling healthier and wanting to look after themselves. So we'll do it together. It's going to be for everyone, for beginners and for those who are familiar with Pilates. I'll start at the basics, and each day it will be a different body focus, and I'll throw in some nice relaxing stretchy classes too. All you need is a mat or your carpet, whatever you've got, and 15 minutes of your time. Easy. So we'll make a start. Day one. Join me on the mat. So I want you to sit comfortably on your bum. If you find sitting cross-legged a little bit of an effort, you can raise yourself up by sitting on a cushion to start. Okay? So legs across. You want to be sitting nice and upright. Hands on your knees. And we're just going to start by moving the spine. So I want you to press your hands into your knees, drop your chin down, and kind of round your back as you press into your knees. Lovely. And then I want you to pull on your knees, lift your head up, roll your shoulders back, opening your chest. Wonderful. Breathing out to press into your knees again. Head drops down and you're stretching out your spine. Breathing in to lift. Rolling the shoulders back. Sitting up nice and tall. Let's do one more of those. Breathe out. Round in the back. Stretching out the spine. And inhale to lift. Growing nice and tall, opening up the chest. Very good. And now just sit normally. And we're going to move the spine from side to side. So I want you to reach up and over, opening up the rib cage. And breathing out to come up, taking the arms to a T position. Over to the other side. Reach. Nice and long through the body. Good. And flex. Keeping the bum firmly on the mat. Amazing. And another one here. So a nice easy stretch to wake up the body, wake up the spine. Last one. Take the arm overhead into that side bend. Bring your hand behind your head. And then I want you to turn to look at the mat. So adding a little bit of rotation in there. Good. And looking forward. And again, we're going to rotate, twist in the spine. Oh, it should feel quite yummy. And opening forward. One more here. Looking down to the mat, into that rotation. Opening back, forward. And pushing yourself back up. Nice. Other side, reaching up and over. Bring the hand behind the head. And we're going to go into that juicy rotational move. And looking forward. Lovely. And twist. Back to the front. Last one here. Lovely twist through the spine. Coming back to me, pushing yourself up. Arms into a T position. Turn your palms up towards the ceiling. Opening the chest. firing up the upper back, all those lovely postural muscles, and then dropping the arms down. Nice. So a nice little spinal wake up, and now we're going to lie down on our backs. So, lying flat on the mat. You want your feet hip width distance apart and your toes facing forward. So you've got your hip bones, knees, ankles in line, and you're nice and relaxed through your upper body. I want you to connect the back of your ribs to the mat and allow your lower back to have that natural curve of the spine. Okay, we're going to start by rocking backwards and forwards on the pelvis. So I want you to sink the lower back into the mat and then rock your hip bones forward, arching your spine. So this is just a nice little movement for the lower back. Releasing any tension in the lower back there. And it should feel good if you do have any aches or pains in your lower spine. Nice. One more each way, arching the spine, and then sinking the lower back into the mat. And then what I want you to do is tuck your tail between your leg and start to lift your bum off of the mat. Your spine's going to follow and your hip bones are going up towards the ceiling. Nice, relaxing the shoulders at the top and then slowly melt down from the chest. Back of the ribs go down, lower spine hits. Tailbone goes down and then release and relax the glutes. Lovely, let's go again. So sink the lower back, tuck your tail between your legs, allow the bum to lift, spine to follow, and you're reaching your knees away from you, opening up across the front of the hips. And again, melting back down from the chest, back of the ribs, find the mat, lower back hits, and release and relax the glutes. Gorgeous, let's go again, lifting up. So what we're doing is mobilizing the spine, we're waking up the spine, getting some lovely juicy movement, and then slowly lowering back down to the floor, one bone at a time, reversing that move. Dropping the tail and release. Last one here. Sinking the lower back into the mat, picking the spine off of the floor, all the way up. When you get to the top, hold it here. Okay, so you want a nice horizontal line, diagonal line of the body. Imagine you're squeezing a ball between your knees, waking up those inner thighs. Lovely. I want you to imagine you've got a tail. I want you to tuck that tail between your legs a little bit more, firing up the hamstrings and the glutes a little bit more. And then you're going to slowly take yourself back down to the mat, all the way down, and finally releasing at the bottom. Amazing. All right, bring your knees together. Bring your feet together. We're just going to twist the spine out, take your hands a little bit wider and drop your knees down to the floor. Keeping both shoulders on the floor, breathing out, pick the knees back up. And inhale, twisting over to the other side. So feel like you're wringing out your spine. It should feel really nice. Exhale, coming back up. Inhale to twist, trying to keep those shoulders on the mat to really give you the best rotation. Exhale, center. And last one here. Dropping the knees. Breathing out to pick the knees back up. I then want you to float your legs up into tabletop, one at a time. So again, the back of the rib cage is connected to the mat. You've got this nice right angle shape of your legs. Hands on the floor. Okay, we're going to do that same move, but with the legs lifted. You're going to have a smaller range. So rotate your knees to one side. Now you'd only want to go as far as you can hold it. If you feel like your knees are going to take you to the floor, you've gone too far. Exhale, bring you back to center. Inhale, twist. Keeping both shoulders on the floor again. Exhale to bring the knees back. And rotate to the side. Good. So your legs are acting as a bit of an anchor here. So if you go over too much to the side, you're going to drop to the bottom, which you don't want. You want to be able to control and stabilize the twist. So only rotate as far as you can hold. Good, last one. Twist. And bringing the knees back to center and hold it here. Okay, so hip flexors are starting to wake up a little bit here. Abdominals are working a bit here too. I want you to press your hands into your knees and press your knees into your hands. And immediately you're going to feel a connection through your core here. That's what we want. I want you to feel that connection throughout the next exercise. So pressing the knees into the hands and hands into the knees for that abdominal connection. Lovely. Okay, so from here we're going to drop one toe down, pressing into the opposite hand. Bring the knee back up. Inhale, tap that toe away. Exhale, press into the knee. So as we drop each leg down, we're maintaining that abdominal connection by pressing into the opposite knee. And tap. Lovely. So really easy abdominal connection here. And you feel it and sense it immediately as well with the tension against the knees. Good. Last one on each side. Coming back up. Press your palms into both knees, knees into your palms. Lovely. And slowly lower your legs down. One at a time. Nice. So abs are warmed up now. Hip flexors have done a little bit of work too. We're just going to add on to the abs. Interlace your hands and bring your hands behind your head. Your elbows are wide, but you can still see them out the corner of your eyes. And we're going to come into a chest lift, a little sit up. Okay? So take a breath in to prepare. And as you breathe out, I want you to lift your head, lift your shoulder blades, and look between your knees. Good. And slowly lower back down. And again, exhale. Come up. Inhale to lower. Breathing out to lift. Head, shoulders come off of the mat. And slowly take it back down. So it's not a huge lift. It's a controlled lift. Getting into those deep abdominals. And coming up. Lovely. And take it back down. So keep it slow. Use the exhalation to take you up. And inhale to take it down. Give me one more here. And we're going to add on. And lower. Brilliant. So we're going to bring a knee towards you as you breathe out and lift. And lower back down. Nice. Other side. Exhale. Lifting the head. Drawing the knee in. And take it down. If you find it too challenging bringing your knee up, you can just continue with both feet on the floor. And again. And just have a little check-in with where your body's lying. You want to have your elbows nice and wide, so they're not hugging your head as you come up. They're nice and wide, and you can just see them out the corner of your eye. That way you're not using your upper body to come up, you're just using your abdominals. Lovely, give me one more on each side. Good, and last one here. Amazing. Drop the leg down and take the hands to the mat. Lovely. Okay, we're going to come up. So hug your knees into your chest and roll yourself up. Right, I want you to come onto all fours now. So 4-point kneel-in position. You want your wrists underneath your shoulders and you want your knees in line with your hips. Knees are about hip width distance apart here, okay? So we're just going to do a little bit of upper body, wake up the arms. So we want a nice neutral spine. I want you to roll your shoulders back and pick the back of your head up. Excellent. So reaching your right arm forward, balancing on your left hand, and then tapping it down. Good. And lift. And lower. So you're simply floating the back of your hand up towards the ceiling and then tapping the floor. So it's that left arm that's supporting you and doing most of the work, but your right arm is getting into the upper back. So we're working those lovely postural muscles. Good. Last two here. Nice. And last one. Bring the hand down to the floor and switch sides. So floating the back of the left arm up towards the ceiling and tapping the mat. Keeping the arm straight and lower. Nice. You want to maintain a little bit of core control. And when I say that, you're just holding the abdominals up and connected, okay? So you don't want to be slumping your tummy down towards the floor because you'll start to feel it in your lower back. So if you just pick your belly button up a little bit, find a light connection through the abs. 2 more here. Nice. And last one. Amazing. Bring both hands down to the floor. We're going to do a little sit-up. So bending the elbows back, nose between your hands, and exhale to push up. And elbows go back. Breathing out to lift. Good. 3 more here. Dropping down. Last 2. And finally, last one. Coming all the way back up to all fours. We're going to stretch it out with a little thread the needle. So I want you to take one hand underneath the other arm, taking the shoulder all the way to the mat. Feeling a lovely stretch across the shoulder blades. And pressing to come up. I want you to rotate and then reach towards the ceiling. Nice. Take the hand to the mat and we do the other side. So extending underneath the arm, taking that shoulder blade or taking the shoulder straight down to the mat. And pressing into the mat to lift, rotate and reach for the ceiling. Wonderful. Bring your hand back to the floor and we'll finish with a little cat stretch. So starting with a nice flat back here, I want you to drop the chin, round the spine, tuck your tail between your legs into that lovely spinal stretch. And then breathing in, lengthening out the spine, rolling the shoulders back, extending the chest forward. And one more here. Good, gorgeous spine stretch. And breathing into that extension. Amazing. Dropping the eyes down into your neutral, walking your hands back towards your knees, and you're all done. Well done. 15 minutes, I think. I think that was about 15 minutes. Might have been a bit longer today, but day one done. Amazing.